These came loose okay, but lifting them up, the binding in that back corner, which means I probably have to give them a bit of a leading edge. That one seems okay. That one, same, that's a bit tighter. I've still got to plane that to fit there. But I had some choices this morning. Cut a rebate in, or fix a bead on here to create a rebate for the panel that's going to go in. So in my shed I dug out my router cutter, but it doesn't feel too sharp. I haven't used it a lot, but it's a bit worried. Might start getting involved with these dominoes. So scrap that. Thought, right, I'll cut some wood. But then I thought, nah, bugger that as well. So I went to Milford's, bought 8 lengths of 1/2 inch stuff. That was 17 quid. And I went down to Screwfix, pick up some sanding discs, my Keita ones again, and some screws. And I could have got a 1/4 inch new cutter. That would have been 17 quid. So I think I've made the right choice. I'll stick this bead on here. I don't know whether cutting the rebates when you hit knots, things like that, is make a mess of this top. But it's been pissing it down all day. And it seems to have just brightened up a little bit, so I'm going to give these just a quick sand, just to remove the glue, and get them outside, get the panels cut. All I'm going to have to do is sit these on top, draw around it, cut them out. As you can see, it's spitting on here, so I've got to get this done quickly. All I'm going to do is draw around them and cut them out. I sort of want them like this so that all the grain goes the same way on the top. It'll all be doing that, but I might be able to get 2 pieces out of there. It's a bit more efficient use of the board, so I'm going to cut this one and see how it goes. I do love these saws, so you can just sit it on the line and cut to it. I'm trying to cut with the track on the inside, so the waste is on the outside, so it needs splintering, which is very little, is on the outside. Oh, that fits. There's a little snug down there, some glue in the corner, but that fits well. This is a good example why I like this saw. I just had to take nothing off there and a millimetre off there. That would have been quite hard work, clamping plywood straight edges on. Fits well now. Like I say, it was just a millimetre off there, just do it tight. I'd have had to plane it, sit in saw on, just whiz a little bit off. I'm just pinning these beads on here. I'm just sitting them on top, and I'm just sitting them on top and marking them underneath. And I put a little X normally to the right of where I'm going, simply because my pencil's in my right hand. But when I put this frame together yesterday, you might notice there was a bit of a pause when I tried putting it together. That's because I put an X on the right. See down there, there's an X on the right. But I was putting it together outside here, and then when I put it together with the glue, that is, I was stood inside and it just threw me a little bit. But that's what I do, put a little X, and then when I cut it, bring it back. I know that that's that end. Right, all those beads are in. I think they're going to be strong enough because I'm going to glue these panels in well. Hopefully plenty will squeeze up the side. I use white wood glue for that so that it can travel. I was tempted to use wherever it is, that PU stuff, it's hiding down there. And somebody asked me about these different glues. Whitewood glue, it goes quite hard in an hour or so in a nice warm room like this. It travels, but it's a bit thin, so sometimes if I want to fill up a gap, I'll use the PU glue there. That's a similar stuff to the foam that you put in, and it foams up like that foam, you know, you can scrape it off quite easily. It goes off very fast. This other one, like I say, that one in there, it's a PU glue again, goes off very fast. I think it's faster than that stuff, faster than the PU glue. But it dries a little bit rubbery, and it dries harder, not like foam. It's rock hard, and sometimes it can be a bit, I don't know, like I say, rubbery to get off when you're sanding it. It's very good, but it's hard. But if you want to fill up a gap and you want it hard, going off fast, and you know it'll swell up a bit, like I say, then that's the one to use. If you just want to use a foamy sort of glue, they're both exterior, that PU and that PU. This one says water resistant. It says exterior, but it's water resistant, so I don't trust that as exterior glue. I put that one, the PU, in the tube along the front here because I wanted it to go off almost straight away, and I wanted it to fill up any gaps, swell up a little bit. I used PVA, you know, just normal white glue on these joints because I wanted it to come apart. I'd have been tempted to use that so that it fills up any gaps and everything, but like I say, it goes off fast and I wanted the time to mess about with it. And that one, it can be just a bit messy when you're trying to put it on. It dribbles, get black all over your fingers. So anyway, I'm going to glue these panels in. Might be a short day today because I want the panels dry, glue dry. Then I can think about cutting the doors in, trimming them, fitting them. And there's a pair of hinges to go on the back of each door. And I suppose there's many different ways of making this. I could have built a framework, like 2x1 framework, and then tanked it with 1/2 inch 9mm ply. But I like to build things solid, and this is basically just 3 boxes screwed together with a batten in the middle just to give a bit of gap, and then a timber frame on top. I could have used inch stuff, but inch stuff might have broken off on this edge. I want this to be still there when I'm dead. Typically not. Gonna leave them to dry, and they'll be solid for me to trim down tomorrow and get some paint on them. Right, that's it pretty much. It's all sanded down to 120. I just put little finger holes in. I was going to put like little recessed pull holes, but they just ended up filling up with rubbish. These ones I had to slope back, fit them, give them a leading edge so that they go past, which meant I had to put a big fat batten on the inside there, but glue and screws, it's quite strong. This one needed just a little bit, not a lot, but that one still fits onto the lap. I'm going to give it a coat of undercoat now. Right, Kinect decorating, painting by hand anyway, nearly forgot. I'm going to put this on, knotting solution on the knots, stop them bleeding through. Right, it's just got white prime on the face. We put a bit of green on just to match the walls. It's not the right colour, but it gives an impression. That's it for me. Somebody else is going to do the gloss work.